trip. Hit her with the hammer time, too legit to quit. Keep bouncing, girl, keep bouncing. Keep bouncing, girl, keep bouncing. Keep bouncing, girl, keep bouncing. Keep bouncing, keep bouncing. Jump, 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 jump. The Mac Daddy make it hard. Jump, 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 jump. The Mac Daddy make it hard. 88 bunny, 88 bunny, 88 bunny, 88 bunny, 88 bunny. I make a bounce on you.
What up? Y'all talking about Transformers?
Hell yeah!
Yes. The original movie?
Yeah!
I saw that when I was 6, my nigga. That shit tore me apart in my head.
When they murdered Optimus?
They murdered everyone.
Oh, I was like, I said
that shit too emotional.
That taught me a lot of shit about life.
When Hasbro started making movies, it was killing niggas. It was killing niggas. I ain't seen that shit in like 30 years. Nigga, I won't watch it, my nigga.
Yo, my nigga, I watched
it. It's too emotional. That's cartoon.
They turning gray and shit.
The cartoon niggas get popped, niggas get fixed up, niggas back in the bank.
Not in this shit.
Not in this shit.
This shit split.
This that new joint is good though. That new joint is good. Yeah, it's good. I thought it was gonna be whack. I thought it was gonna be trash. It's kind of like,
you know what I found on TV?
It's kind of like
the fucking GoBots.
Oh, that Shane shit.
The GoBot shit.
Yo, they dissed them. Yo, in the new movie, they dissed them.
Oh, cause you know the niggas was a knockoff.
Niggas, the girl robot was like something. You GoBot, nigga.
GoBots was lit,
nigga. Crasher.
That's why I'm surprised about some of the music, but I remember your uncle was a DJ.
Hell yeah,
so you was raised around that.
Yo, and if you want to get a cup, you want to have it.
Hell yeah, nigga. I want to have strike, nigga. We got mean, boy.
Boy.
Nigga, see that racetrack?
Yeah.
Nah, but even G.I. Joe, nigga, this nigga was.
Yo, I never fucked with G.I. Joe.
What? Bargain. When they had the 3-part shit with the weather dominator and all that.
Oh damn! You remember the weather? You remember Heart before Heart came out?
Before?
Think about it. Heart. That's the shit they use to change weather.
Oh yeah.
Before that.
Put Duke in the coma, nigga.
When he hit him with that snake.
Nah, he was supposed to die too. And they found out after Transformers with Optimus, they was like, nah, we make him have a coma.
G.I. Joe Resolute. You know
I see it's on Tubi or some shit, right? I seen it. I said you.
Every time I say shit, it sounds like.
Oh, you had the Castle Grayskull. You had all the He-Mans, bitch. This nigga's the only nigga I ever met with Castle Grayskull in the crib. And then you have Snake Mountain too. Then you get Snake Mountain.
It was like a gray He-Man too.
That's faker He-Man.
What is like a gray hole?
Faker He-Man.
Make sure I got
Is that?
He's like a clone.
I remember that shit. You had the toy. The gray one.
Nigga, so you had the toy.
Nah, I remember that, bro.
You said He-Man, Cringer, all that shit.
Huh? What you think? Oh, all right.
That nigga said Cringer, yo. I forgot all about that nigga.
Cringer.
Wow, my nigga.
How you gonna forget about that nigga? But you remember Orko.
Let me throw this in
the nigga called Biggs Orko.
Oh, shit. Who was called Orko?
That's because that nigga went live.
I'm starting to think about the cartoons that I like right now.
Yo, that's
the only thing I like is
Gummy Bears had the best intro. Gummy Bear had the ill intro.
Right now,
who?
Paw Patrol.
I'm trying to remember what Paw
Patrol. That shit with them dogs.
That shit ain't go.
I remember Paw Patrol. Let me ask you this. Y'all niggas seen that shit on Netflix, Twilight of the Gods?
Nah, what the fuck is Twilight?
Yo,
I'm about to watch that.
That shit violent. That shit good and violent.
Zeus was tough.
Zeus was tough. And you fuck with Blue Eye Samurai?
Paw Patrol lasted. That's why niggas know Paw Patrol.
Yo, I'm over that.
SpongeBob.
So that was like 2013, like 10, 11. 12 years
what
ago.
That was on Disney?
It was like regular cart. It probably might have been Disney. Might have been Disney.
Paw Patrol? Nah, that was on. Junior, so I think it was on Nick Jr. I think Paw Patrol was on Nick Jr.
The funny shit is hell, man.
Yeah, Yeah, Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol.
This is funny as hell to me.
I mean,
Cartoons now is
I'm amongst a lot of 40 and 50-year-old niggas, and the
50,
first
brother.
thing we talking about is cartoons from the 80s. I'm like, yo.
That's right. But you know what? Thundercats was tough too.
Yeah, Thundercats is tough. Thundercats was tough.
Yeah,
Wait, which version? Which version?
Both of them.
The cars?
Oh, I know niggas don't know about the cars. But it was like 36 of them. Yeah, they don't know about the cars.
Them niggas come like crews, man. They like, nah, I fuck with Voltron.
Bob like Voltron.
Voltron, nigga.
All right, Voltron, Thundercats, of course.
Transformers.
Of course.
He-Man.
Yeah, but when I look back at He-Man, I was like, they got away with a lot of shit, my nigga. He-Man was kind of...
You was younger with the He-Man, like you was really young.
Them niggas just running around these tight ass.
Yeah, I'm like 5 years old, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was running around in Speedo.
Hey, yo.
Oh, he really was though. Mad fast too. The nigga, the way the movement to that cartoon was different, right?
No, did he?
Like when the nigga Skeletor would dip off, the nigga be
You be seeing the memes on Instagram when he was like, remember?
I was laughing when you see the nigga. He
Go, because the legs be moving, the body be right there.
Yeah, right. I be watching like G.I. Joe and Transformers, right? I be sitting there like, how these niggas gonna try to play us with Cobra Commander and Starscream voice?
The nigga had to get his money. The voiceover.
Yeah. But the dude that played Fred in like Scooby-Doo, he plays mad other characters, and you could tell it's Fred from Scooby-Doo.
G.I. Joe.
So, you know who was good?
Yo, Joe.
The dude,
G.I. Joe and everybody wanted to be
the dude that does Megatron's voice, he does mad different voices, and you couldn't tell his voice.
Optimus Prime too.
Nah, but Optimus Prime does all the trailers, so you could tell.
Yeah, but he do other.
Yeah, but you could tell it's him though.
Right.
You be like, yeah, that's Optimus Prime. That's Peter, whatever his name is. Yeah.
My man Uncle Phil was Shredder.
Galvatron was
I didn't know that.
That was my nigga, Galvatron.
Galvatron was better.
Galvatron didn't give no fuck.
Oh, which
That
Galvatron?
nigga disintegrated Starscream.
That nigga said, here's a hint. Transform, lift that nigga up, bro.
He said, "Coronation, this is comedy." He said, "This is comedy."
What's happening on the cartoons?
Peep it. I'm gonna fuck your head up right now.
Yo, we are literally.
I'm about to fuck your head up. Take another deep pull. Because Megatron died. He sold his soul, nigga, to the devil. So come back as Galvatron.
Hold on.
That's what that shit was.
Yeah.
A Unicron.
Yeah.
Unicron, nigga.
Unicron. Look at what it's on. He had no horns.
Was the devil, nigga. Megatron sold his soul.
I didn't do it, Mike.
Back as Graveltron, That's why the first nigga he gave it to was
Can I just say this one thing? I ain't even start shit yet.
He said, Megatron,
I ain't even start shit yet. I've been doing it.
Give me that crown. The crown fell on the floor.
I'm listening to you, bro. What you said?
I've been living for 44 years. I've been doing this podcast for 4 years. I've never thought a day in my life I would come across a motherfucker that seems to love the original Transformers movie as much as me, to the point where he analyzed how the fuck Megatron sold his soul in order to. I'm just saying, I've never thought.
Graveltron, that's how he came back.
Yeah.
Unicron.
You see he came back looking like a demon with them horns.
I'm trying to tell you.
When made him Galvatron, yeah.
This is 30 years later. I'm
that nigga said, Psychonus, transform and attack. Chewing them niggas, Psychonus, chewing them niggas up.
What? But wait, what about the ghost? The Ghost of Starscream.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that.
That was a cartoon. Ghost of Starscream. He takes over Psychonus on one of them, or Scourge. One of them.
It was like a series. Like it was like a mini.
Snake in the grass.
He's always a snake. In the new movie, they don't make him like that though.
Nah, he was a snake in the grass in the movies too.
Nah, he was the leader. They made him the leader originally.
Right.
They made him originally the leader, and then it comes that Megatron takes over. So now he's mad. So he's trying to get over. That's how they made it in the new joint.
Yeah, he said he got hit.
Yeah, he was like, nah, that nigga.
Rodimus was soft.
Yeah,
Rodimus was soft. That best scene when he was like, "Yo, Transformer roll out." I said, "Yeah, that was dope." I ain't gonna hold you.
Niggas are breaking down Transformers, my nigga. Oh shit!
I started breaking down Transformers so much, nigga, that I started like having a war with myself, my nigga, because I started leaning towards the Autobots.
Oh, that's all Decepticon.
I'm a Decepticon nigga, B. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Autobots roll out.
Those are the first games niggas really had in the hood.
well, you know,
Decepticon
Decepticons.
niggas,
Yeah, you right.
You know what I mean?
That nigga
Niggas had the flight jackets.
Optimus used to transform.
Yo, you know we was with the nigga DR. I didn't know DR Perry was doing all that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know
that. That's their best album, bro.
That's Warriors.
Warfares, yeah. Came out like 97, 98 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the one that has Andy up on it.
Yeah, that's
my
best
favorite.
album. Even Firing Squad hard too.
Firing Squad came out before that.
Yeah,
Firing Squad.
Firing
To
Squad.
the Death might be my favorite though.
Wait,
that song is hard.
To the Death is
what
to the
the
Death.
song?
The intro is crazy.
Nah, the song that they got from shit,
Nah.
Belly. When they in the kitchen, the guy trying to get away. What's that
These
song?
3 words.
These three. Which album is that on?
That's
Firing Squad or is it
that's
on?
third
Firing
album.
That's Firing Squad.
No,
That's
it's not.
Nah, because
That's
Firing
the third
Squad came
album.
out earlier.
That's the third album.
Is that
I forgot the name of it though, but it's the third album.
okay?
That's the album with 4 Armed Blaze on it.
Okay.
That's that album.
Now that shit hard too.
Oh, before with Jay-Z?
It cold as ice.
That was on.
Cold as Ice.
Your Cold as Ice on War.
And then your ass out jumping, so your ass out jumping cold. We had interviewed the nigga DR Period. I didn't know he did all that shit.
Yeah.
He did More Money,
Yeah.
More Murder.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
He did a lot of shit, bro.
He did that.
Didn't he do Joel? What?
He did Hey Ma.
He did a lot of shit.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was
That's
today years
crazy.
old when I found that shit.
That's crazy, right?
He did a lot
The
of
nigga
bullshit.
did
He do all hits.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, he got hits.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, I'm cool with Fly Ty and the Rock
Shout out
Boys, so
to
that's
DR
how I got
Period, Fly
connected.
Ty, Rock Boys, Rock Boy G.
Shout out to my brothers.
That's a clip right there.
You're right there. All right, let's get it started. We've been talking about
Let's do it.
1980s and
Niggas
Ninja
got-
Turtles
niggas
and
got real nostalgic.
Transformers.
Get back to it.
Yeah, we're gonna get right back to it.
Yeah.
You good? Everyone good? You
Yeah.
sure? You good?
We're a little snug, but we good.
Oh, y'all snug going?
Now we get this nigga ice hole big over here. Oh, this nigga high. This nigga widen out. I'm like, yo, nigga, slim up a little bit real fast, my nigga.
Slim up. Niggas are slim up. I'm trying to get everybody up in this motherfucker. You know what it is the unstoppable, undeniable, uncomparable. Damn, I love that fact. That's what it's supposed to be.
That's
All right, the unstoppable, undeniable, uncomparable, almighty AWP Attention Whores Podcast, episode 526.
526.
And we here. You know what I mean? Got a full room. It's crazy up in here.
This is day one for real.
Yeah. I didn't know, man. We going back. We having trips of memories and shit like we on LSD. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me take a trip down
Memory lane. Yo, but I don't know where to start, man. I got a full house right here. Of course, I got my co-host with the most, always rolling up, always smoking that dude.
Dope, man. You know me, man.
103.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? And
Special night tonight.
yeah.
Family in the building.
Okay, family.
Drove up and they stood on.
We got a special guest.
Yeah, my brother
Author
K1.
Quan in the building.
Come on.
Got you.
K1.
Yes, sir.
K1.
Quan.
Well,
Come on.
Come on.
I say Quan.
Hey, whichever way you want to pronounce it. That's the reason why we have language barriers. It's all about pronunciation.
Pronunciation is the
I'll
most.
tell you when you say Quan, like you just said Kawan fast.
That's how I say it.
But that's how.
That's how I say it because I kind of talk fast.
It gotta stop.
Right.
How you stop?
So that
So it's Kawan.
Yeah,
Yo,
you take
Kawan.
You gotta take a breath.
I
Yeah,
should
yo,
say
yo.
it fast.
Yeah,
bro.
you gotta take a breath.
So you don't even have like, what do they call that? Like
Like a stage name or
no, like when you have a letter in a word, but it's silent. You don't have like a silent letter. It's just an abbreviation.
K
It's like-
apostrophe WA.
So the comes from that.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. Apostrophe. I didn't know apostrophe had a sound.
Google
It's the break. It's the breath.
No, it's
That-
a
I know. I'm I'm high. I'm just explaining it right now. Because your
Yo,
brain takes a
real
breath.
shit. That niggas is breaking down everything.
35 books gonna pull up, nigga.
Straight up. Nigga, I got a Wikipedia
Go
page.
on.
That shit fucked my head up when I found out I had a Wikipedia page.
A Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Why you said Wikipedia?
It's pronunciation.
Same way you say Quan instead of Quan.
See, I ain't fucking with him. Because he trying to play games.
Nah,
and
it's
shit.
true
Nah.
story. Everybody
Nah. You play games, I think. I like this guy. He's fucking.
Listen, I think on my feet, brother.
All right. Well, you're a writer. Yeah. We got some in the
Not
comments.
from Newark, you be like Newark.
Or Newark.
Well, they hate.
That's how I say Newark.
If you from Newark, you're gonna say Newark.
I'm gonna pronounce
say
the whole
North.
word
You're
out.
gonna say Newark.
They say just North.
It
Yeah.
ain't Newark or Newark.
I mean, that's how it's.
I had a dream about your pops.
That's a good club.
Newark.
So, okay, come on.
I ain't even from Newark. But I know the.
And I have my other brothers here.
That's his blood cousin.
Yeah,
That's
it's
Tony
my
Barnes.
cousin, yeah.
All right,
You
Tommy.
heard? That's family. I got my big bro Reed from the building.
What up,
We
Reed?
got Ant over here in the cut.
Another Anthony out
Yes,
here.
sir.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And these brothers I had the privilege of talking to at the Hackensack Brewery. You know, a few
You
times.
know they could pick up everything you say on this mic, right?
And you
Yeah,
go over there, you
yeah,
can get
they
the
will.
cup, none of that drink.
No, I know.
It will.
No, I know.
Good son, I got a pack of now.
Oh, for sure.
Send that to Buddy, yo. Just let the buddy.
Oh, all right. But you know what I mean? Brand new episode right now. We ain't stopping. So, you know, let's get right to it. Kwan,
Mm-hmm.
how you doing, sir?
I'm great, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, you must be great. You got that, you know, that stripe right there, man.
Oh yeah, listen, brother.
Jamaican? Or
Nah,
you just
I
indulge in the stripe?
I indulge in the good thing. You got to be from a certain culture and background to know the science behind the whole red stripe.
Oh, listen.
It's quite refreshing.
No, I've had a few. I've had a few.
No.
I like this. It's quite refreshing. Quenches my thirst. You know what I mean? I was quite
Exactly right. Red stripe.
Right.
Sponsor, right?
Promo, sponsor,
Right.
right.
I was quite parched. I was quite parched.
Yo, listen, on a good hot day, you get a cold red stripe, man. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I understand that. But I'm West Indian, so you know what I mean. But
I'm preaching to the choir.
No. I'm not from the island, but my my older family's from the island and shit. Like
You got island blood.
Yeah. But I tell people that are actually from there, like I'm the worst West Indian nigga. I just make up bad accents about it. So you know what I mean. But I seen the stripe, and I always know my Jamaican brethren always keep a stripe nearby. You know what I mean. But how you doing? Everything good?
Everything is good, man. Everything is good. You know.
Now, are you from out here? You from PA? Where you from, bro?
I'm from New York.
Hmm?
I'm from New York.
Nah, tell them the specific, bro.
I'm from Douglas Projects.
Oh, okay. Well, then I get where
Douglas Projects. We all grew up in the projects.
Our brother live in Douglas.
Yeah, his cousin be outside, be DJing and shit.
Danny. Dan CE. DJ Dan CE. The only
nigga that was there on Father's Day.
Yeah. He from Douglas.
Yeah.
I used to go there back in the day. I forget what building, because y'all had like
we got a bunch of buildings.
I ain't see him there. I don't think he was there.
I would have that.
His man was there though. His man was there. The tall light skinned nigga. That's his man. He was there.
Wait, where's y'all have only one like basketball or like park thing that goes like
the go park.
He's right by there. His building was like right up.
840.
So he's not in the project. He's by the project.
No, he's in the project.
You know where them buildings where they built the new basketball shit on the
in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle.
It's 840, 845.
I mean, I guess it was an old one back in the day or whatever the case was. But they
I know. I heard they had redid it.
Yeah, they rebuilding everything out there and shit like that. But all right, so you're a city boy, basically.
Nah. That's a poor thing. You just I'm a city boy. I don't know. Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know, new city boys and city girls. Keep it old school though.
Hold on. Y'all just came here. Hold on. Y'all just came here and started breaking down fucking all types of cartoons and shit. You think I'm using their dialect right now, my nigga? I'm from the 80s. I mean, you're a dude from the city.
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
this guy's tough.
My nigga, we smoking the loud right now, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your subconscious is talking, nigga.
I'll tell you something about me as a writer. My brain never stops moving.
It's
My
always
brain is
moving.
going 100 miles
Do you dream of things that you write down and some shit? Like you come up with stuff in your dreams?
I generally, like, sometimes I make it a concept in a dream, but I generally, when I sit down and do it, I can sit down with a blank page and I may have an idea. Like, let me give you an example. One of my books, Street Dreams, is set in Douglas Project, right?
Oh, I bet.
So it's a little dude at the beginning of the book. And I seen this somewhere. I don't know if I was outside. I was outside somewhere, and there was this little dude that was like, yo, talking to the crackheads, like, yo, niggas line the fuck up. Everybody gonna get served. Like, kind of like that. So that whole, hearing him say that, I created a whole book
around
from that, hearing that. And I sat down and I was like, I was just baffled because it was just a little dude and these are older people, you know, but they're on drugs. And he's talking to them with such impunity. Like, I'm like, damn, homie. So that was how the book opened, with little kid telling the crackheads, everybody. And then I created a greater story around that.
That's at the bone.
I created a story of Rio and Trinity around that. You know? So, but that's where it comes. But I never know from one dog, I freestyle it. The whole time. Let me give you an interesting fact that not a lot of people know. If you look at the back of the synopsis on some of my books, like let's say Section 8, for example, right? And then you read the story. The synopsis generally will not be accurate to the story.
Ah, that's good, because I was that type of nigga in school to read the back of the book.
And then you can come up with this.
No, but let me explain to you why
you always try to do that shit.
This is why it happens. Generally, in publishing, the synopsis or the outline or whatever, and I don't use outlines. So the synopsis is the first thing that you have to turn into the publisher to see if they want to buy the story or where they want to go with the story, right?
You gotcha.
But me, because I freestyle, the story is gonna change so much, not at its core, but around the edges, like cutting the bread off a sandwich. It's gonna change in that way to where it's other shit I'm gonna have been thinking about while I was writing it. Then I'm gonna drop in there.
Right.
So it's more like your synopsis might be like a little summary of a certain part of it.
No,
not at all. It's going to be completely different.
No, that's the synopsis is exactly what you're telling the reader the story is going to be about.
Okay,
this story is going to be about character A, B, C, D, E, such and such, whirlwind, such and such. How will it turn out? What will happen? Right.
You made the story shorter.
Basically, no. It's a summary of the story. Right. But what I'm saying is my stories are not always completely accurate through the summary because of the way that I write.
So it's
freestyle.
So
you know what I mean?
So it's different inside.
Right.
From the summary.
Not extremely different, just slightly different.
Right.
So
you keep them guessing.
Okay. So yeah, it does. Does that story from your synopsis, even though it's basically explaining these characters, does it continue on in a different book or?
How do you like a series? You mean?
Yeah, because you have a series. Sorry, you have a series of like the animal,
the Diamond series.
Yeah. So do you have things like that continue in that synopsis or not?
The synopsis is according to whichever project it is.
Okay.
So
depending on what the main factor of this chapter is of this series.
Not the chapter.
Of the series. That's a chapter of the series.
Yeah, but it's not quite that simple. It's like this. You never know you're going to write a series until you write a series. So that first synopsis that you use has nothing to do with the second book. The second book was not even in your head yet.
All right, so you wrote a book. When you wrote that first book, was there an opening or it was just a conclusion, right?
How do you mean?
I'm asking just as an example.
When I wrote the first book, but I'm not trying to understand.
No. I'm giving an example of something that you may or may not have done.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you write a book, right? And you have a conclusion. What gets you to go and to do a sequel or something to it?
If I feel like I couldn't tell it all in one sitting.
Okay.
That's like you're at Thanksgiving dinner and you want to gorge your eyes as bigger than your belly, you can't fit it all.
You gotta take
go back
a week
for the leftovers. You know what I'm saying? So not even a week or so, but you like the leftovers, that feeling like, you know what?
Right, you're not done.
Yeah, I'm not done.
Not done.
Right.
Not done yet. Could do another one.
Right.
Continue on.
Because of niggas
so
gravitate.
So basically,
everything on a certain character, then you could spin a series off of that character that everybody loves.
It depends. Sometimes,
like John Wick.
But sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. Like Animal was born from Animal was probably one of my most popular characters, right? But Animal was born from someone else's story. The original story, Section 8, when I introduced Animal, that was Tech, little homie.
Right. Okay.
The story was about Tech. The character Animal grew. So by the time I sat down and decided I wanted to do another book, I gave him a little bit of a bigger role.
Right.
But none of the first few books were about him. But he kept growing to the point where I'm like, he's overshadowing everything else I'm trying to do in this. He's too big. So I got to remove him from this and create a separate, like the fucking Marvel universe, a separate timeline just for him. Right. You know what I'm saying?
He got his own lane.
So what I'm saying, I say that to say that certain characters, even though you may think you can expand on a one particular character, certain characters may outgrow them, and the next book in the series is about this other character instead of the first one.
What made you spin off a whole book for Animal?
He got too big. That's what I was just me and Bum. He got
I wasn't.
He got too big for because there's a Hood Rat series. Each story was about a different person or group of people in this series, right? So by the time it got to his book, which was the third one in series, Section 8, Tech was the main character. Animal was his little psychopathic homeboy that he used to just hang out with, and they used to do murders together. And the character Animal, his spirit, began to overshadow everything else that I was trying to do in this series. So I can have a bunch of good shit going on. But the thing that you walk away remembering from the series is Animal. The main character becomes irrelevant almost to a point when a character
niggas just focus on a certain character.
So this is why I said I have to remove him from this. So now
make a whole environment.
So now instead of just the Hood Rat series, that timeline, you have the Hood Rat series and the Animal series. So you have two components going now instead of one.
Okay.
It gets tricky.
But you have a lot. You have a lot of books.
You got to multitask.
A side and a B side.
You know what's crazy? I'm dying because y'all know I over-explain everything. Anyway, and the fact that I'm high. When we start to talk about my works and books, my brain just gets real analytical. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, it almost feels, because you know, y'all niggas have known me forever, but it almost feels like I'm code switching when we get into this because that side of my brain cuts on.
But that's also your passion and what you do.
Right, exactly.
So you treat it differently. I understand
so I discuss it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm very, very passionate when it comes to something I do, especially creatively. And it's like, my dude, you had nothing to do with what I had going on. You could have your opinion about whatever, but once it goes past that, it's like, well, you know,
people used to tell me, this shit you trying to do is never gonna work.
You love that?
Yeah, I hate that.
Don't you love it?
It was like you rob people. That's what you're good at. You should stick to what you know.
Oh shit!
But I'm like,
I like people putting me. I like people putting that type of
that
like
fuel.
Like really?
You could take it and run with it. The fact that you talking like that, I don't like it. I don't love it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? You want to know this? Let me tell you all the secret and the trick that I've learned. When you hear that from somebody, even that you're just cordial with, right? They're like shooting at your dream. Even if you don't give a fuck about what their opinion is, the fact that you heard it, it's going to rent space in your head. So you know what I did? Start staying away from motherfuckers. So if you don't hear it, it doesn't exist.
That's a fact.
You don't see it, it doesn't exist.
And then you take that fuel and you run with it too.
Exactly.
I think this year, I completely recognized that I always knew I was a negative person. 100%. I was very negative.
You think so? Like how so? Towards yourself, outwardly? Like how?
Towards myself, towards a lot of people around me, I was very negative.
Energy is important. That's why I asked you.
Do you feel that energy?
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm joking with you because I know we over here high. So.
Yeah, right.
I'm on some Dr. Mindbender shit.
Everybody got their own idea.
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up.
Stealing.
Hold the fuck up. Real quick.
That doesn't even make you a bad person.
If it's bad.
What?
If a nigga robs your sister or your mother or somebody you know on the street, nigga, that's bad. You doing bad. Yeah. You're gonna get bad back.
Yeah. Nah. When you see it in that, like that's
You guys are fucking.
That's over. That's overall.
I'm trying to figure.
That's overall.
They having their own conversation.
I know.
Yeah.
Nah, because that's an eye in the sky. Like,
I think they forgot that you were like you live in the cameras.
No, it's all right. It's
I know
fine.
that.
It's all right.
That up here is looking like
Niggas always just talking.
That was bad.
Dr. Mohammed?
Yes, you're right. Absolutely, I can't even argue with that.
What we do, what we got to do as humans.
It's just that when you're young, you don't see it like that. That's growth right now.
Nah, it's just
That nigga Dr. Mohammed was the mastermind behind all Cobra's most diabolical
It's like
shit.
selling drugs, the same thing. You selling drugs and niggas, but you don't want niggas to sell drugs to your mom
right.
or your sister. Think about it like that.
Who does that? These with a blade,
and a monocle, the fucking monocle.
But I ain't gonna lie to you.
You don't even think about that shit tonight, nigga.
Everybody's
bees on TV.
Yo, you want to hear something funny? I think I'm always thinking that some weird all times that there are cameras on us.
Niggas that was doing good.
No, we're
Lost everything outside, no teeth, nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you serving your friends or somebody's people.
So
I'm ready when you are, brother.
So before
You don't think about that though. That's the growth though. You know what I mean?
I don't know what y'all was talking about. Literally, I really don't know because it went on a tangent.
Nah. It's
No, it did. It did. It rolling up. That's what y'all was always talking about.
Not growing up.
Oh, growing up.
Yo, Reef, what you think?
I'm gonna need a bottle of water.
You don't need water? Yeah, me too. Me too. If you don't mind, brother. I mean, thank you.
Huh?
I know we waited till 11 hours on water and shit.
Nah, I don't need it right now.
Nah, I'm gonna get it right now, nigga. Fuck all that boy.
You ain't had to. You ain't had to.
All right, where was we at?
I think he was asking me what made me create another, and then we went through that. With
Right. Yeah, he had a hard time understanding that.
I know. It is like it's
that's
not,
because he hitting this. That's why, nigga.
Yeah, but I mean, yo, listen, it's hard for a lot of people. Really, when I start really breaking it down,
because you got to be a creative. You got to be able to understand. You got to be able to follow.
You got to live on that frequency.
See the vision, hear it. You know what I'm saying?
But it's making it all come together too.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because I've thought about shit that happened, not even in a long period of time. Like how long the stretch of some of your books, like how long of a period? Let's just say one of your, like Animal One, right?
That's
from beginning to end. How long was that period?
A time period?
Yeah.
Oh,
from
yeah,
the first book to the fifth book?
No. Just the one
book
to write it and finish it.
Oh, to write it or finish it, or how much time passed?
Nigga. To write it and all that.
How much time passed in the book?
In the book,
I think 2 days. 1 day or 2 days.
Word?
And the book is like this fucking big.
Oh, so all that happened in 2 days.
Most of my books, and I never was conscious of it until somebody brought it up to me and said, "Yo, your book's never longer than 3 days, unless I do." Maybe if I'm writing about something and I do a time jump.
Yo, that's crazy,
say a few months.
Nah,
that's
crazy. All this shit goes on.
Wow, son. I'm thinking a few months, man.
Nah, but certain ones, like I said, if I do like a time jump, like Animal from the time when I first introduced, thank you, brother. When I first introduced Animal in Section 8, I believe he was 16. He was 16. He was a babyface killer. By the
babyface killer.
Well, the little dude, he lived in the, you know how you leave your kid the apartment? He was a little dude, 16, had his own crib in the Peace. And he used to just he used to just listen to records and shoot people. Wow. But it's not regular records. The first time I introduced Animal on Page, he's listening to like the Doors or some shit when they walk in his crib. This is a hood niggas that smoking weed and this nigga's listening to rock. And dare you to tell him to change the record. And it's like vinyl, like he was like that. So from from Section 8 to, let's say, Animal 5, it went from him being 16 to, I want to say he was 24, 25. So he had went through all of that shit by the time he was 25.
Was that your most successful series?
Yeah, people love Animal.
Yeah, they do. Son.
People love Animal.
I couldn't imagine you saying something else. B.
Nah, I had to think about it.
The way niggas love Animal, B, like
And I've created like a
that was crazy.
A cult figure. You know how he created? You know how I created him? I'm writing this book, Section 8, right? And like I told you, the book was not about animals. It was about tech. I needed a character that I could introduce in the book that I can pair with tech. He doesn't need to have a big part. He's probably gonna die at the end of the book. But I just need a character to pair him with.
Right.
And I'm listening to my headphones. I got my shit on random. The Doors, Wild Child coming on. And I stop. I'm sitting there smoking, and I'm listening to Wild Child. And I'm listening to them talking about this little kid, this motherless kid who nobody wants, a wild child. And I said, that's my muse. That's Animal. And I created the character. And
so in Section 8, his name was Animal.
Animal, his name was Animal from the gate. Okay. They started calling him Animal because he was a little dirty. He used to stink. And stepfather. No, listen. Stepfather.
This is the Douglas story, right?
Oh, this Animal? Nah,
no. I'm asking.
Just hold on.
No, I know what you meant. You asked me about the Street Dreams. It was
right. Nah, Street Dreams was a Douglas story.
Hold on, let her finish. Go ahead. Ooh. Come on, let her finish.
Oh, what the fuck was I saying?
About Animals. Yeah, you got it from the Wild Child, the song.
So, and his stepfather, Eddie, used to lock him in a dog cage. Like, you're a fucking little dog.
Oh, like
thirsty little dog.
That's crazy.
Pour 40s on him. This nigga's like 10. Wow. This nigga's like 10.
This nigga said pour 40.
Yeah, that's sick.
Son, it was a diabolical relationship. And he used to be like, you're fucking stink. And they used to call him Animal because he used to stink when he came outside. And he gets into a fight one day. And before he fights the dude, his older brother tell him, like, you hear that nigga, they calling you Animal. Be an animal. Be the worst possible animal you can if that's where you go. In that first fight with the little nigga Apple, when he split the nigga open, from there, he was the animal. Mm. But you gotta keep in mind, he's a little kid. So you know what I'm saying? He's a little kid. But the thing is that I was trying to convey an animal is this is what happens when you take your eye off the ball with your kids. If you got niggas around your kids who don't have the best interest of your kids in mind and they're doing this shit to your kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
that's
you gotta be on and
wicked abuse.
And this kid had so much promise, but look at what he became.
Right.
Because of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, that's real right there. That's deep. That's real deep. That's a star. A star is born.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, yo, Animal was the perfect name. He couldn't have been nothing else. I went through 10 different names before I settled on Animal. Wow. I said I needed something to depict him to let you know, like, you know how certain niggas, as soon as you hear their name, you already know what it is.
I was gonna ask you.
Right.
I was gonna ask you.
Name is distinctive, yeah.
Which one is it? This one?
I think that one, yeah.
I was gonna ask you, which was he more, not more in the vein of, but has like that old dog appeal, but you already told me it's different from what that is. But he has that kind of name where it speaks for itself type of shit.
And the thing about it is, with Animal, like I said, when I first introduced him, coming this little project, this kid, little 16-year-old, with his apartment, and he has African art that's worth money on the walls. This is the kind of shit he buys. This is the kind of shit he's into. He's not in the street. He's reading books somewhere, sitting under a tree.
So he was smart. He just got fucked up.
And and even as an adult, like even to the last book, he was still that same person, but he was also Animal. And that's the thing. The whole thing with Animal is he had been running from that side of him.
Would you consider bipolar?
Could be.
A psychopath, a sociopath.
He was just a sociopath. He's one of those people that really don't understand. They turn it on and off and they do it as they see fit. So yeah. Nah, I'm good.
That's definitely bipolar. Psychopath. I wouldn't even say bipolar. I would say
sociopath.
I would say he was more of a sociopath because he really didn't understand.
And psychopath too, because he was doing shit.
It's like, but just like he didn't understand. A sociopath is really somebody who doesn't comprehend right and wrong.
Right,
I don't know if that's the exact definition, so don't quote me on that. But this is what
they don't see the wrong in anything.
Right.
Quote me on that.
That's a fact. So let me ask you: is Animal your favorite? That's your favorite book?
He was my friend when I really needed one.
Woohoo! Gangster.
That's real. That's the most honest way I can.
That's the most. That's the best way to express expressing yourself into somebody else. I got you.
Yeah, I feel like Animal kind of changed.
Because you know these characters, man, they live with you.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
characters. You could create a character and create it to a point where it takes a life of its own.
Absolutely.
And then it goes, and then the world owns it, or the world does what it does with it, but it's still a character.
Right.
These are fictional individuals, but to the point where they're raised up as actual living beings. Then we have people that are actually identified as whoever they are, but they play these characters. Right?
Right.
And these characters could get to the point where now they have to live it out as if it's their own life.
What do you mean, like people?
I was just thinking.
But an actor is only for a certain point. No, I'm talking about when they go to, like, all right, not to go anywhere real quick, but Diddy's pretty much a character of himself.
I try to avoid that one.
I'm just saying.
He's a character, but he's not.
You never really know who that nigga really is. Like an honest to God conversation. Anytime you seen him recorded talking and shit, he's always playing off of his character or someone else's character.
I feel like that about all celebrities.
Not all celebrities.
I'm
not
saying,
all.
like, if you don't know them personally,
you don't know how they act.
And you don't know who they
You just
really
know what
are.
you see.
You just know what they're giving you.
I take it for what they're
whatever they
giving.
give you. Right.
That's that nigga.
That's like Drake. You know that niggas rate Drake shit, but yo, fuck it. I mean,
you know it already. Shit, right. You know it.
He delivered.
And he did write a lot of his own shit.
Even
so
if he did, the shit is hot, nigga. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Before we get back into I was going to tell you before. You had said some shit about like some Dr. Mindbender shit. That was my first rap name.
No shit.
Dr. Mindbender.
Yeah, that was my first rap name.
Felony offender.
Yeah, Bind. They used to make fun of me. They'd be like, "Mindbender, you're bending my mind." You know, type shit. I was in high school.
That's diabolical.
Yo, why is that?
That shit ain't gonna pop.
Why is no? Of course, I changed my name.
Just to pick that name is crazy, nigga.
I was a kid.
Nigga said, "What's your name?"
Dr. Mindbender.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, you get it. You said some Dr. Mindbender shit.
That's fly though. That's fly.
To someone like us that we're in that, we think of it as like, yo, let me flip that. That's fly. You know what I mean? What got me into hip hop?
I know another nigga. His rap name was Dr. Claw.
Well, my shit is Claw, so what the fuck? I'm Claws. I'm Claw Pose. The same type of shit.
It was crazy. Dr.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
All these characters, right? And all of the different books, are they made up? Or you take them from actual niggas?
He wants to do the juice.
Listen, I ain't gonna.
Niggas you done met in life, son.
Yeah, a lot of them come from niggas that have met in life. Like art imitates life. It always should.
So I asked that if it ever passed my mind to write a book, it wouldn't really be so much of characters I make up.
It's niggas out because niggas I know it's
been around in my life.
Yo, let me tell you,
you take inspiration.
Let me tell you some. Let me tell you some. Let me tell you some funny shit.
John, I'm gonna name him Spider. You'll never know it's this nigga unless you actually been around us in the hood.
Yo, son,
nigga gonna do a whole best man movie. Some best man shit, nigga.
As far as making up a character like from scratch, I never thought about it like that.
I mean, some of them I make them from scratch, but for the most part,
brand new nigga.
they're like the soul and the heart that pushes the book forward. A lot of times, it's based on people that I've encountered or different aspects of my personality. When you're a writer, you have 100 people living in your head that all talking at the same time.
Herman Ted.
You know what I'm saying? So okay, nigga, all right, do your part. I'm gonna pluck this character now, and I remember when this. Like, yo, there's scenes in the book where like my people be like, I remember that. And I'm like,
they be talking about parts in the book, and they remember some shit.
Because I go there.
Some shit that went down. You know
I go there. They look at you with a straight face when you see me and know what I did.
How many parts of your work deal with it being
that kind of shit
in Douglas or Douglas inspired, or they all inspired?
Nah, a couple of them. What is it? Street Dreams took place in Douglas. I think which one of the hood rap books took place in Douglas? I think it was Welfare Wifey took place in Douglas.
Welfare Wifey.
And I'm gonna break down something to you about titles in a second.
For the ladies.
Oh, okay.
But a few of them took place in Douglas Projects. Now here's the thing about the titles. I'm gonna rattle off some titles to you, right?
Before you do that, have you ever rapped?
Yeah, back in the days, we was all rappers, breakdancers.
All right, so I get his wordplay. So
beatbox, everything.
Yeah, his wordplay.
Breakdancing,
I did all that.
Yeah, son, breakdancing, all that.
Go ahead, dog.
So like I was saying,
titles.
I'm gonna rattle off some titles to you.
Okay.
Hood Rat, Still Hood, Section 8, Welfare Wifeys, Eviction Notice. That's 5 out of the 6 books in my Hood Rat series, right? So you have to understand something. When those books came out, generally, and that's why I was glad you laughed at the Welfare Wifeys. When those books came out, that was the thing. I was literally told, like, all right, if you make too much sense in your book, you're not gonna get paid like everybody else. They want some shit, some exploitation. I said, all right. So what I was doing was
the difference between novels and urban novels.
I can explain that too.
Well, that kind of gets into that a little bit.
So,
you already did, bro.
What was I saying?
How they was exploiting. So
right.
Like,
so it's like the titles, right? So I came up with these titles, and I'm telling you, and I tell people this story all the time. The book did not exist. Go and I sit and I'm talking, and we're having like a publisher's meeting. And I said, I'm going to think about the most outlandish shit I can think of in my fucking life. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say it. They're going to kick me the fuck out. And that's that.
Right.
And I ended up going and selling a series. So if you watch American fiction, that literally happened to me in real life. Man. You know the story of American fiction. Y'all ever watch American fiction? No. So there was this writer, Jeffrey Wright plays this writer. I can't think of his name.
Was Jeffrey Wright that plays him?
Yeah. And he's a writer.
Oh, wait. Is American fiction the thing where he's writing a thing and he's too articulate and too intelligent in the book and they don't want it, and then he has to I call it the bamboozle effect. Like when you have to do the shuck and jive.
But it's not a shuck and jive, and that's not even a comparison because I wouldn't shuck and jive.
No, I'm just saying.
But they're motherfucker on this planet.
I think
for clarity, just for clarity.
I think that's how.
I don't know, but just for clarity.
Okay.
So
you're very serious.
No, it's not that I'm serious. I'm intentional and I'm clear.
I got you.
You feel me?
Nah, I'm cool.
So damn. So anyway, long story short. You take these titles, you have these titles, so you're selling the titles, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you get into the books, the first book, Hood Rat, right? You're thinking, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to read about some ratchet ghetto shit, right?
Yeah.
And there was some stuff that was going on, but the books were more about, it was a coming of age story about 4 girls recently out of high school trying to find themselves in the world. One girl had some babies and was just on some other shit. One girl was trying to figure out if she liked girls or boys.
You're putting medicine in the candy.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Another girl is trying to figure out where life is going to lead her in the men that are around. So when you read it, you're like, oh, this shit was heavy.
So now I see, not to cut you off or interrupt, now I see why your synopsis is different than what everything else is.
Right.
Gotcha. You just told, I didn't know.
Right, exactly. But if you see the title, and at the time, and even still now, those titles.
That's a bar in my head.
But I don't do it anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because what I said, and I love my books, and I'm proud of everything that I've done, and I put up numbers with these books. But that is not what I wanted my legacy to be. The person who wrote Hood Rat. I don't want that. Like I wrote it, and I'm not ashamed of it. What I'm saying is,
it was a period.
That's what I'm. I don't want this time for that. So this is why I started steering away from titles that are strong like that.
Right.
Like I still do it though. I wrote a fix. It was about a chick that got strung out.
Okay.
So so I still do it, but
it's weird that I'm actually there today on this platform. But I wanted to ask him that maybe like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah. That everything is set up the way.
Yeah. Chance now, nigga.
Like I would think. Nigga,
you wait for them to be on the spot, right?
Just something that you get around a nigga, then slip your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We always jump on.
I'm gonna be a family thing. Y'all, then if you talk about other shit, the important shit, be like, yo.
I would always think about. I've been around some different characters of people, man. So that alone, you know what I mean, but not making up actual characters.
Nah, I got you. Yeah.
That's the wildest job ever. It's the wildest job ever and the best job ever.
So let's continue on that. What's the difference between the quote unquote novels
and urban novels?
And what's considered the urban novels? Okay, that's obvious.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And demographic. I was there when the term hip hop fiction, urban fiction was coined. I was there for that.
Okay,
I've been around a long time. So what it is it's a place for everything and everything in this place. Everything needs a box. Everything needs a label. When we started doing this, well, we didn't start it because Donald Goins started it, but when it made its resurgence at the turn of the century, and
wasn't it around the late 90s or so?
For me, it was 2002.
Well, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
In that bracket.
For me, it was shit. What the fuck was I just saying?
2000.
Right.
Is that red stripe?
No, it's not the red. When you cut when I'm talking and I'm saying I'm on a roll and we jump. So no, it ain't no because it's good flowing conversation. So I don't mind at all. Don't restrict yourself. You know what I'm saying? How you do it?
Be me. Okay.
Right. So what they was feeling, like I said, it's a place for everything and everything in this place. Because we were these kids and we weren't necessarily saying we want to set out to write about this. We were writing about the same way Jackie Collins writes about these fabulous trips. We write about growing up in the projects. What it was like for us as kids coming up this way, that way, so on and so forth. So you couldn't, they weren't really comfortable calling it African American fiction like all the other black writers. So they gave us a box. They gave us a box. Urban fiction.
So the older contemporaries, or I guess what would be like mostly jazz influence, would be called African American?
No, at the end of the day, we're all fucking African American.
No, I'm just asking.
They would contemporary romance, something to that effect.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, in a lot of instances, we were writing the same thing. A lot of the authors were writing the same thing. But because this story, instead of taking place in the Hamptons, it took place in a working class neighborhood somewhere in Manhattan, or in a housing project. Same scenario, same circumstances, same obstacle, same outcome. But because it's there, it's urban.
Right.
And all urban really means is of the city.
Yeah, but they pinpoint it for black and everything else.
Like urban gear, urban vernacular, urban dictionary, that kind of shit.
Well, everything urban is popular.
Yeah, so really, exactly.
Yeah, but they don't want to put that on there right now. You know what I mean? Unless they have to. They will.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
What got you into writing?
Poverty. Nah, actually, my mother was a writer.
All right.
And this is the last thing she gave me on a deathbed. That's a true story.
What do you mean last thing? Like?
I wrote my first book on my mother's deathbed. She was a writer. I was never a writer. I was a painter. I was a sculptor.
You're an artist.
That's great. And it's just something that transitioned to me seamlessly and naturally when she passed. So I always refer to that as the last thing she gave me before she left the world.
You wrote?
Niggas never knew that.
I did.
Did you?
I knew that, right?
That's great.
Did you? Nah, because he's so intense. I'm trying to put it across.
I didn't know that, but I didn't know he's a painter and a sculptor too.
Well, I figured you was an artist. No artist.
Listen, paint, pastel, clay. If you put it in my hands, pause, I could use it.
That's funny. That's dope.
So, did you were writing already before your mother passed?
Nope.
You wrote after she passed?
No, that's a lie. I wrote a vampire novel in 1996 while I was riding from New York to Chicago in the back of a car.
Where the fuck is that?
In the cut.
Bigger.
In the cut. I had to wait until, and it's just funny, because I've been putting those books out, like books about demons and witches and warlocks. I just write under a different name. Yeah. I write as a white woman under that name when I write the cut. That stuff,
yeah, that's gangster.
Because they were like,
that's a real writer author.
We was acting like that.
That's some Dr. Mind business.
It's not really urban.
No,
so you want to market that.
It came all back.
It's like werewolves who live in the project. Shit like that, but it doesn't go in the urban box.
What was the other nigga who was writing numbers?
I can't say it. We got the kid, but like I was gonna say I was on the Essence bestseller list one time with the 3 different names for 3 different books. I was crying.
Yo, that's wow.
Did you win it?
It's the best. No, it's not an award. It's a list.
Oh, a list. Oh, okay.
The vampires is niggas? Like
niggas, Puerto Ricans, Native Americans.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Where are the white people in this?
They're white people in it. I don't discriminate. Listen,
so are we attacking the non?
It's not like that.
Pigmented? I'm just asking.
You ask white people that are attacking Negroes in their books?
I would.
I'm just saying. I would. You said we not attacking it. You asking the wrong nigga. I would.
I'm just wondering if the vampires and niggas like.
Yeah, some of them are.
No. The way I seen it, he was just like the niggas, the vampires.
No, but it is. Okay. Let me tell you some funny shit. I started out writing that kind of shit, but nobody took me serious. I published on some hood shit, but nobody wanted to fuck with none of them books. I'm like, no, this is what I really do. They're like, no, you don't, nigga. Like, you're great at this. We don't know about that. So I started dropping supernatural characters into my street books, and I hide shit in plain sight. Right. I put it right there. You know what I'm saying? And they're characters that you become intrigued about. You know.
I pulled out my shit.
I gave you a gray one. I'm getting brown one, right?
Mad niggerish.
Give you a brown.
This is a vampire. Mad niggerish.
Do I. I told you I gave you the brown one.
Hold on. Look, because I know it ain't mine to his, so.
Told you. I was like, one of these ways it went that way. Oh shit, that's fucking.
That's why I was fucking with y'all on Father's Day, because that shit is a random.
That happens. That shit happens. Always taking the light
that day.
That's a natural thing. I used to have a fucking lighter leash.
See, I just had everybody.
Lighter leash. My kids started giving me grief, like, yo, nigga, that is the most old head shit ever you got on your pants.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like
the string on it.
Yeah, son.
It's like some landlord shit. Nigga, what the fuck is you doing?
Pull the shit out and like just shit up and then let it go.
Yo, word, son. I got tired niggas say, yo, Bobby, what's the first thing I asked you for today? A lighter.
And the lighter is what? $2-3 now? Some shit like that?
You still getting $1
Oh, you getting the crackhead joints? With the crackhead ones, the flame go all the way up and shit like that? That's the crackhead joints.
Niggas, do it got fire? Fuck it.
I can remember these as long as I've been born.
Yeah, because the phone was
as long as I've been
alive.
Get the shit to pack.
Just get the fluid.
To be in the project in the park selling lighters, nigga.
Oh my god.
The best colors too.
That's interesting that you talk about like right on that.
You don't see nothing else. That green and that red different.
Oh, bugging. Your phone always bugging.
Yo, your niggas got phones on in your podcast?
I'm live.
He's live.
Oh,
I'm live. Yeah. It's not whatchamacallit again, hopefully. Shout out. Thank you.
They know you on the
So that's interesting. You talking about writing under different names, being on the list for
that's common with authors though.
Well, I didn't know.
I had a unique set of circumstances.
What's the name of that?
No, they are.
That? It's like a ghostwriter, kind of like
a pseudonym.
A pseudonym?
Pseudonym, yeah.
Okay.
A pseudonym? A pseudonym?
I didn't read a lot of books, but I always.
You can't tell a writer no shit like that, my nigga.
Nah, as a young
that shit like you outside stepping on butterflies, nigga.
Nah, I wasn't reading bad books, but I paid attention as far as like to authors and doing shit like writing other books under alias names. Like I picked up on shit like that.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, like shit like that.
You told me that was my first time hearing. I never knew.
That's a fact.
Sometimes you gotta switch up. Like I said,
because you can market that book differently. And they won't like trace it back to your other.
Even if it does, sometimes like people find out sometimes years later what the pseudonym was, and they follow the authors closely enough. Sometimes the authors
they figure it out, right?
Yeah. But I write as a white Jewish lady from Manhattan, and the reason being is because
this shit is crazy.
No, but then
the way that he broke it down, like not only white,
she's a whole character.
She has a whole character.
Does she have an accent?
No, listen. I didn't get that far with it.
Okay, go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, the reason being is because you take one look at somebody like me, quote unquote, and I've had great success with writing what they call urban novels. Who would take me seriously as a writer of fantasy and paranormal? So I recreated myself. I reinvented the wheel.
Do you think that Black people at this time, they're giving, well, they're not giving, but you think that, like what you said, you're not looked upon as that demographic that would be known for this, right? Is that what you're...
No, but it's different time. You got to think about it, bro. I started this 20 years ago, 20-something years
So
ago.
you're talking about this is early 2000s.
So yeah.
All right,
so
this is not now where you have the get outs and all type that type of...
No, there's definitely different spaces. There's space of opportunity for everybody. You know, now it's not as restricted. I mean, we still still hit our glass ceiling. It just is what it is. But
you said plain sight. You said glass ceiling. Calm down now. You know, I'm into some other shit.
Yo, I don't even know how to respond to that. Yo, wow, my man, like yo,
that was a pause. Now that I think about
that's different.
it,
I smoked a cigarette in here because that was different. I smoked a cigarette in here.
Yeah, you could. I don't care about that shit. I used to smoke cigarettes. You used to smoke Black and Mild. I used to smoke all that shit. I'm a flat earther. That's what I meant.
Me too.
But
oh,
it came.
I kicked that bogeys and black.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. But that's what I meant when I said I'm different. I didn't mean. No,
yo, listen, different. Brother, like.
Yo, the live niggas seen this shit. This should be edited out.
Nah, listen, it's all good. Like I said, I'm very intentional with everything I say. I don't care what you put in it.
Nah, fuck with it though. Fuck with it.
That's how niggas show yes.
Yo, man, we used to smoke tea in the park. Remember we used to smoke tea in the park?
Shit.
Me and your brother used to,
I did that shit too.
We used to cut school. Me and this nigga was mad little. We smoking weed. We thinking we getting high, nigga. We smoking lifters in the park, nigga, out notebook people. Yo, we were some wild kids.
Running from truancy.
Because you had to run from truancy back then. Like,
I tell you.
Niggas are chasing niggas like we just robbed the bank.
Oh, word, son.
That's how they was showing niggas back.
Be on
You
your
robbed
back
the
like
bank,
RoboCop,
nigga. You showed that man, you like,
chill.
on some speedway shit.
Some juice shit.
Yo, I feel like Corrupt when that nigga was on Drink Champs. Like, I gotta smoke a fucking cigarette, man.
Oh yeah, Corrupt. Look, like he was a little pressured.
Nah, because you know that's the alcohol. Alcohol and cigarettes like peanut butter and jelly. He had a lot to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I just wanted to smoke a cigarette because that nigga, I've been in that car. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Right. Yeah.
Wow.
So you, how long you been out there? Yeah.
You know what's crazy? You just announced to the whole world where I live.
Oh, well, I should.
Nobody knew. Niggas think I'm still in Jersey, bro.
Oh, my bad. Well, I guess I'll edit that out, and hopefully y'all niggas don't remember what the fuck I just said.
Yeah. But in any event, for a little while.
Okay.
Yo, I swear to God, this is one of the most different interviews I ever did. I'm about to roll up. I should have went to the actual liquor store. I didn't know when I was walking into this. I done went to the liquor store.
Roll up, bro.
Roll up. I always have this up for you.
Nah, no, I saw it when I came in.
Okay.
I read through it.
So if I did say that here. I didn't know.
Nah, that's cool.
All right.
It ain't like I'm hiding. I ain't got no fucking warrants.
All right, no, as long as you know.
Yeah, you looking for this nigga, this is where he is.
But obviously you didn't want to.
Right.
Oh, that's why I couldn't. That's why I couldn't find that nigga. He got low.
Like, yo, we was looking for you just like this.
Fuck that, nigga. Try to catch you if you can.
That's what I be on, some nigga. Like I just like I say, I stay out of the way, b. I stay out of the way, and the further out of the way I am, exactly, son. Like I don't know what I'm saying.
No, when you get to a certain time, it's like, what are you running around for?
Yeah, it's like
the money lane, nigga. The money lane.
I mean that, yeah, but I'm just saying generally anywhere else that is not.
Even while I'm here now, it's like a working vacation for me. You know, I'm doing the Brooklyn Book Fair tomorrow, 4:00, but I got my laptop with me. So I know I got shit to do. I'm always working. I know I'm gonna be in a hotel. I'm gonna be high. And, you know what I'm saying?
Some ideas.
Yeah. And I'm a vibe. You know what I'm saying? But I take my shit everywhere. You know what's crazy? Matter of fact, let me show you something. This is how you know I'm a real writer. No, you ain't gotta move.
No.
Yeah,
I like the book.
Nah, that's only you.
Nigga jump back.
This is Naruto shit.
Just like that on the Amazon.
The Naruto. Let me show you something real quick.
It's nice. Compact.
This right here, right? This is a keyboard that I can sync to my phone.
Okay.
With Wi-Fi. So if I'm running somewhere and I just got my phone,
so you just put your phone up,
and it's the Wi-Fi. Just hit the phone, and I just type on that, and it goes to the phone, and I transfer it. So I'm on some Inspector Gadget shit, like nigga, I'm always moving around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, fold that back up again. Let me see it close.
She go right in my back pocket, son.
That shit lit, nigga.
Yeah, that's dope.
But it's a keyboard.
Son.
Yeah,
that shit dope.
that shit fire.
Right.
Yeah, you always
I roll that shit on there.
Inspector Gadget was one of my favorites too.
Yeah, because I'm the type of dude, right?
Just flop this shit right open and get right to it.
Give me that.
I'm the type of dude be up scrolling 3 o'clock in the morning, and I buy interesting shit. Like the average motherfucker will be like, "Why'd you buy it?" And I find use for it.
Right, that's why you bought it.
Just the wildest shit, like nigga, when that shit got popular, when they was selling like the shit, like you know how the blunt rollers and shit like that on the fucking internet, nigga, I was just buying them shit. I'm buying bongs, I'm buying all kinds of
this so you put that on your lap so you know.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm like, it's just, I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. Is it a fucking electric bong? A self-packing bong? I need that. You know what I'm saying? I want the internet. I need that. Ship one of those to my house.
Self-packing
But
bong
this is, but this is how I get my kicks now. By going to Walmart and buying shit on the internet. I'm so far removed from being outside. Like it's always gonna be there because who we are. But I'm so far removed. That's why when you said what you said, I'm like, because I'm so far removed, and I love that. My niggas all know how to get in contact. My niggas know we like one another. You know what I'm saying? But just in general, the world at large, I keep it very vague, and it's not because I don't have love for people or people are looking for me to do me harm or anything to that effect. I just feel like that as I'm getting older, my peace is so much more important
than anything else.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not in the way of things that don't have anything to do with you,
right?
You know, whereas versus if you was in the proximity where you're close enough to maybe try to resolve that situation, even if it ain't got nothing to do with you, or get in the middle of or involve yourself in that situation in any way. When you move a certain distance, it's harder for you to impose yourself in things that you probably shouldn't have been in the first place. So it not removes the temptation, it removes you from proximity of having access to that.
I get it.
Amen.
I get it.
That's one thing. I love a good weed tray.
Yeah, I got Homer over here on some like monk shit.
That's what I was looking for.
And I got young Dragon Ball Z boys over there.
Shaggy. Scooby-Doo, Shaggy cooking on the tray, boy. Scooby-Doo lit, man.
I forgot about that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that shit was like a dark cartoon.
Big bowl of cereal and Scooby-Doo. That's the morning right there.
I still enjoy a bowl of cereal and a good cartoon. Only now I'm eating like bran flakes. Trying to keep my digestive system regular.
You gotta get that special K.
Nah, son, but I sneak a box of Captain Crunch in the back of the cabinet every now and again. Feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm high and I need that good munchie. Only a Captain Crunch, the Crunchberry. Only something you get to a level of munchies.
All berries. All berries,
nigga. Take niggas back. So no, we used to eat the bran flakes, the no frill shit, cut up a banana and throw wild sugar in it.
I know, yeah.
It's good than a motherfucker.
Yeah. All cornflakes. But you didn't need that with Frosted Flakes. With
that shit, yo, son, the sugar be like pudding in the bottom of your bowl when you finish.
Niggas threw wild sugar in that shit. Stop lying like you did. Stop lying like you did.
You had to, bro.
You be scraping in a bowl. You be like, what's that? You be like, what's that? Because you think about it, that shit had the consistency of cardboard. Yo, that shit was like a nigga just go do mad pencil shavings in a bowl and pour some milk on it. Like, yo, eat that. Shit cutting your gums up. Fuck is going on?
Chill.
You just got me eating pencil shavings, man. I'm
so
good.
Funny because that shit is true. That shit, when you chewing that shit hurt your temples. Like,
you gotta throw the sugar on it, and you gotta let it simmer down or something.
Yeah.
That shit be like,
what's some false gods about?
I don't know.
Is not out yet?
What the fuck is false gods?
I seen that one yet. You have
false idols?
False idols.
Yeah.
This guy, man, I can't even fuck up around him, yo. Like, what the?
You gotta get it right, buddy.
Now, mind you, I done sat here and took a blunt to the face.
Has nothing to do with the weed.
No, it's the weed and it's thought-provoking conversation.
No, but I'm thinking you're telling me
I'm trying to save him. I'm trying to help him.
Nah, it's not the weed. Okay. I'm not gonna put myself on. Oh, it's the weed, so I fucked up. Yeah.
I do it.
I mean, you can.
Like, listen, I do high shit all the time. Man.
Nah, I fucked up.
I'm fucking with you. Like I said, like I'm just.
Yeah, false idols.
False idols. False idols is the sequel to The Reluctant King. The Reluctant King is about the King family: Chancellor, King, Maureen, Lolly, Shadow, Ghost, Millie, and their cousin Monster. They're like this family, this affluent family. The father's like a city councilman.
Mm-hmm.
He's this real estate guy.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like an all-American family, right? And then nigga decides that he wants to run for bigger offices and eventually wants to become a mayor. But come to find out, the family is heroin dealers. Like I'm talking about, they're like at the PTA, but they're selling wild bricks, and it's set up like a European monarchy. Mm-hmm. So the father, Chancellor, he has this crew, right? So they got 5 different ethnic groups together, right? And they're like south of Houston Street, around the area of New York known as 5 Points. He unified 5 Points under a monarchy, which he sits as the king.
Okay.
Like some real European shit. And it's like, you have the Italians, you have the Africans, you have the Hispanics that comprise this monarchy. And he runs the monarchy. So he wants to step down from the monarchy, remove himself from the monarchy as the king to pursue his political aspirations. And he's going to succeed to his son Ghost, his oldest son Ghost. Now his youngest son Shadow, who's the main character in the book, Shadow just want to fuck with girls and drive his fancy car that his rich parents buy him. Like he's like not oblivious, but he's just in the dark about this shit. Like he don't really know.
He's on some player shit.
But Shadow's the kind of kid. Shadow steals like cocaine from his brother's spot and gets with his friends.
Oh, so he's having fun.
One of them niggas.
Yeah.
Nah, he just want to live off the shit.
He want to know. He just want to be outside. Like his friends are poor.
So he's a man amongst them, right?
No. You got to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. His friends are poor. They don't have the advantages that Shadow has. So what Shadow does, his brother sells drugs. He knows this much. So he goes and he gets like the crack shake. And he takes it to his friends so they can sell it and get a little money in their pocket. Like his friends is really outside because the King family is originally from Brooklyn. They weren't always this family. They from the slums. So, but his friends are still outside. And so this is his way of looking out for his friends. So they got a little money in their pocket and so on and so forth. So a series of events occur to where the right of succession is like, okay, if we are all related, let's say we're all brothers and Ice was our dad, right? And I'm the oldest brother, right? And I'm just, because he's just sitting right here. I'm not saying like he's the oldest nigga in the room. And the right of succession is it would go to me next. If something happened to me, it would go to you. Vice versa, however, so on and so forth. So something ended up happening where it was supposed to go to Shadow. And the right of succession was not observed. And he cut his throat, not literally. And I'm trying to talk around it because I can't really talk about the second book without. But the second book, False Idols. And this is why I called it False Idols, because Shadow ultimately discovers that the people that he looked up to, right? Let me backtrack. It's called the Reluctant King because he was the one that least wanted to be a part of that family, that side of the family. So he's the reluctant member of the King family, the Reluctant King. Okay. So in False Idols, Shadow learns it's like if you grow up. Remember, like we were having a conversation about Buddy in the car and the bullshit that I found on his jacket, right?
Right.
People are not who they pretend to be. So he had to find out the hard way, like all these people I was fucking like, none of everybody else, all snakes. So especially like his big homies, like niggas always be like, that big homie shit, man, fuck out of here. So him finding out his big homies, like, oh, they wasn't even like really? I've been led astray. So they were false idols, and he had to kind of find his own way to become who he was going to be in that book. But it's like the hurt, you know what I'm saying? Your big homie, like, you like niggas saying, so that's like finding out your man who you came up under, raised you up, taught you how to get money, did everything with. he's a fucking rat. Your whole perception, you're devastated.
Everything you built up.
Yeah. So you put him on a pedestal almost like a god, a false idol. You're worshiping a false idol.
Golden calf.
Right. Exactly. So that's what that was.
Catholic
Damn, that all sounds interesting, bro.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I do what I do like I'm doing it for TV. Because,
what we got? What we got? Where we at?
Now he's so intense, especially with his work. I had a couple of the titles here.
Okay, shoot, whatever. Like we freestyle, man.
We talked about a little bit about Section 8 and welfare wifeys.
Yeah, no, I got two
Ghetto Bastard.
Yeah, that's the Animal prequel. That's the one I was talking about with Eddie in it when he was born. That's the prequel. I wrote the prequel years after I created Animal. So, but it's like something you can go. It's like a companion novel. You can go back and read it,
right?
And it'll fill in the blanks
at the beginning.
A lot of shit.
Yeah, that's dope.
And I just dropped. I just dropped 2 books actually. I put out 4 books this year, which is unusual for me.
That's crazy.
I put out Promise Broken. That's the shit about Newark. I put out Promise. Was that Broken or Kept? I get them confused. That was Promise Kept. I put out in March.
And then the other one is Promise Kept, and then it's Broken Promises or something like that.
No. Broken Promise was the first one. I put that out years ago. I'm talking about for 2024 what I put out.
Okay.
This shit.
Yeah. So there's Promise Kept.
Promise Kept. Okay.
Then I put out False Idols. Then I put out Passion for the Heist. And then Black Godfather just came out the other day.
That's the newest one.
Yeah. I've been working like Passion for the Heist. That's like
I was just about to ask that. That sounds crazy.
That song,
yeah. You ain't even finished yet, my nigga.
And I still got another one in the cut that I'm trying to get. But the shit with the Passion for the Heist shit is, it's a story about this. It's some real. It'll remind you of some 90s shit, right? Because like the nigga, like that's his thing, strong arm robbery. Like he old school, son outside with the army. He just came home from jail. So he outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nigga, I'm still on mine. He's a sticker, but he's trying to fly straight. On the flip side of it, you have this girl. She lives with her Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe was a pimp. Uncle Joe got a bunch of girls. Uncle Joe is fucking over. So this is a dude that's just coming home from jail. And the day he comes home from jail, right, that morning, he's on the train going back to Douglas. I've said it, them niggas live in Douglas. Niggas live in 875. Right. So he's on the train, and you ever saying we're New Yorkers, right? So we know we're not gonna sit in that little seat by the end by the door.
Nah.
Fuck you, I'll stand up.
Yeah,
because you see, they punch in the face, and shit, yeah, all kind of shit. And them doors closed. What you gonna do?
Yeah. Get you right quick.
You know, son. So on the day that morning, they're on both sides of the train, right? She's on one side, he's on the other side. She's standing by the door and he's thinking like, yo, she must not be from here. The nigga snatches her chain. The chain has the ashes of her parents who died in the car accident. It's the only thing she left the room with by.
That's crazy.
This is how they first meet. And throughout different points in the book, I'm telling you 2 stories. I'm telling you the story of passion. I'm telling you the story of pain. Our pain is trying to fly. They call him the Blackbird. He's like this thing. He was like a murderer. And it's like a black biker gang called the Crows.
Gotcha.
And he was the enforcer for the Crows. Like I go different with this shit. So he comes home from jail and he's trying to fly straight, and he's seeing all this shit in the world. Like, yo, nigga, I'm out here fucked up. Nobody's treating him the same because he fucked up. He ain't got no money, and he's trying to go straight. He got a little job through parole. They beating him out his check, and his man like, yo, son, fuck with me one last time if you don't feel like. Because when he was home, he was a master thief. He was a master heistman, Blackbird.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like that feeling of awkwardness. Like, I don't even know how to work no fight. I know how to rob it. So something in the book happens to where he gets back to that. Mm-hmm. He's back. I'm talking about like they're robbing trains. Like they like that with it.
No, they own that.
So they're like cowboys. And he keeps different intersections. He bumps into the girl. They're brought back together. He finds a nigga walking with his chick wearing the chain. Wow. He's asking the dude, where you get the chain from? And he knows the dude is a chain. Like, where you get the chain from? Nah, boy. So he snatches the chain. He finds the girl and gives her the chain back.
Wow.
And this is how their romance. This is so like I tell you these stories, and then they meet in the middle.
Crazy, bro. That's a whole
movie. It's mad accurate.
But she's turned on by this. Like she's this girl. She had issues. Like she cuts herself because she lives in a toxic environment. I didn't tell you. I told you Uncle Joe was a pimp, but I didn't tell you he was a cop as well. So Uncle Joe was selling underage pussy out of his crib, and he's a vice cop.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, was it before?
In New York.
Yeah.
What time period?
Now.
Now.
Said now.
Now. Nigga said
President. This ain't no back in the day shit.
He's thinking back in the day, 70s, 80s, 90s,
but
maybe.
This is his mindset. This is what I'm saying.
Right.
That's why it's a throwback. And and part of the reason I did that is because I've been writing about animal and these stories of love and triumph and all that shit for the last couple of years. I wanted to show niggas that I'm still. Right. I still can tap into that early side where I just bring that grit.
Right.
Where niggas are getting knocked out, getting out, niggas are getting sliced. Like on some, and if you live through that era in New York, you're gonna be like, yo, they drinking St. Ives, but it's happening now.
Right.
But the mindset of these old school.
Yeah.
They're young dudes like up, but they old school. They drink 40s, you know what I'm saying? They stomping niggas out with the Timbs on, like they off that type of time. Exactly. Yo, I wrote about that about a couple of books.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a question he had said. Because it's so theatrical and thought out, would you ever consider or think about trying to get one of them made into a movie or a series, maybe?
All of them. That's the end game.
Okay.
That's the end game. So we got stuff like I'm actually working on a television show right now. Not my show. I'm a writer in a writer's room.
Gotcha.
For a television show and helping with the development of the television show.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a film that's being looked at right now. But me, this is the thing I say. When I finally do, I mean, I did the short film on YouTube, but when I finally do an actual film, right, I'm known for giving you the highest quality of creative material. And I need that to reflect in the film as well as the book. Because I don't want to miss. I mean, of course, you gotta think about it. You gotta take 400 pages and condense it to 90 pages. So some stuff is gonna get left on the cut.
That's my thing. What about? Have you checked into it like if you could sell more? I don't know. This
is what I'll be trying, brother. You gotta let me talk, brother. That's what I'm trying to break it down to you of what's happening. And I'm going the same place you going.
I'm just cutting you off.
Right. And it fucks with me because I lose my train of thought because I'm thinking so fast. So it's like hitting the brakes on a speeding car.
Gotcha.
I gotta reset my shit.
All right, go ahead.
What I was saying was I want to have the best possible situation that's going to put me in position to produce the highest quality of a film. Because it's just me, I'm a Sagittarius. And so we're our own worst critics. We're the hardest on ourselves about the shit we do. And I don't want to be one of them dudes like, they always going to say the book is better because you get more in the book. But I don't want to be one of them dudes like, I can't believe he let them do that shit to his movie. But I see it happen.
Right.
And I don't want that. Like, you know, and there's nothing wrong with being excited just to get a movie out. But I want to operate on a level where everything I do is legendary. We all be like, this nigga don't miss. I don't give a fuck what it is. It was a book. He don't miss. So in order to do that, you got to be patient. Because sometimes these things take years. A motherfucker can option your shit. And it may be 2 years before it bears fruit or it doesn't grow or it withers and dies. So it's a process. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's everything in life, bro.
So it's just being patient. I said, yo, I waited 20-something years. A couple more ain't gonna kill me. God willing.
I just gotta keep writing.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna keep writing.
Yeah.
Eventually turning the movement.
Right, that vision. That's what we were looking for. Vision.
It was something like you said. Your last work was Godfather. What about right there?
Black Godfather. Now that's a different kind of story. Like, and this is why I said I was gonna let Black Godfather is about this kid named Antoine Grimm, child prodigy, brilliant young man, could have left to go to college early, right? But instead, he steals his older brother's idea and enlisted in the Marines. He's an underage dude. I think he graduated when he was 16 in the book. So he enlists in the Marines. And instead of just thinking like, and it's a reason he was running. He was running from something, which is why he enlisted in the Marines. He was running from something he did. While he's in there, he ends up getting recruited to like a black ops special forces team. He's a young dude. Nobody knows this is a child because he's a big kid. This not Shanghai, becomes a part of this black ops team, right? They go on a mission. They're sent into a jungle in I think it was Guatemala. They're sent into a jungle in Guatemala to rescue this dude, the scientist. There's two people that they need to rescue. One is a scientist, and one is a pharmaceutical rep. So they send him to this jungle. It's like blind, you know, when you're a part of them teams, like they just give you the need to know. This is where you need to be. Extract whatever. They end up getting into this wild shootout with the fucking army, the cartel army, and the thing. So the dude the dude and his man. His man is called Legion. They call him Legion because he has multiple personalities. So wow. They get captured during the thing, and the army dudes they went in with the Marines. They left them in the helicopter. They left them. So when they get captured, instead of killing them, these guerrillas put them. They have this fighting pit. It's like some gladiator shit. And they're like, you win 21 matches, and we'll let you go. That's crazy. So they kept him in there, this little boy, all that time, and you had to kill somebody to win the match. And he was up to like number 20. They called him the Black Death because he had become this. He went from this little scared kid in the jungle to he's the Black Death. So to the point where they started dispatching him to kill rival dealers. Like it's a real wild opening. So now he's back home. He's rescued. He was a prisoner of war. Now he's rescued. He's back home. But you got to think about it. Dude is only like 21 now. He's been gone for some years in this jungle. And he's back in the old neighborhood. Right. And he's looking at the neighborhood and he's looking like how the girls are not respecting themselves. They're wearing short skirts. They're this, the dude. Because remember, like, when we used to sell drugs, if we seen an older person coming out, we're going to put some shade on that. Right. These kids not like that. And so he's looking like wide open. So it starts out with doing little shit like him beating up a pimp who was pimping out this girl he used to be in love with back in school before they left, this chick Goldie. Started out doing little running drug dealers with the black. They started calling him the Black Godfather because he cares about them. Right. And it became an obstacle. He beat up the wrong dude who was connected to the wrong dude and ended up getting into it with this rival crew. And they don't know. Like, they just think this is just some fresh home from jail little nigga. But this nigga is a whole John Wick killing machine. But it's still 4 more niggas like him from his old platoon. And they started calling him the Black Godfather because, and he wasn't doing it with the intention of, I'm going to clean up the neighborhood. It's just like, yo, you beating on, I knew this girl forever. Right. And he fucks him up. And they, you know what I'm saying? So it spins like that. So now he's become this Black Godfather. And you into it with these other dudes, so you have to rise to the occasion. Right.
Damn, son.
Yo, I know yo was going to get this kind of energy.
Yo, as he's saying it.
Saying it, I can actually see that shit playing out on screen.
Dead ass.
Because that's how I write. I write in cinema frames.
Yeah. It's the vision. That's
so
a fact.
Yeah, I got a bunch of wild shit. I got mad shit coming out next year.
I'm ready to work, man. What's up, nigga? You know what time I'm on. Everything is cinematic. You heard? That's what it's all about. Just gotta seal that shit real clear. You know what I mean? What it's all about. What book is that?
Black Godfather. It just came out Tuesday.
Just came out.
Some Harlem shit. Like, but it's old school. Like, if you look at the cover, like, I'm gonna show you the cover. If you look at the cover, it reminds you of a black exploitation film. And that's what I wanted, right? Because that's the feel.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like the old school nigga with the 2 broads on the Cadillac. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's the feel because I got this dude that's like Shaq. That's tough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, the Black God, hey, thank you, Godfather. They like, man, you the Black God.
He like the hero. He like the hero in the hood.
Yeah. The dope fiends are showing him love. They calling you the Black Godfather out here.
Right.
So that was the vibe for that.
You know who be looking crazy on the ground?
Who?
That nigga the white.
Who the fuck? Oh, remember these mics is on this shit. They don't give a fuck.
That nigga meant that shit. He said it. He meant that shit.
He meant that shit. He said it with his chest. I don't think me and him is on the gram. I don't know. Maybe.
Word though. Let me see what this nigga got on him, man.
I tell you, y'all ain't realize y'all was gonna get this kind of interview.
I seen that nigga.
Hoodlum.
Y'all niggas is wild.
Oh yeah, he got all the books on here. Hoodlum,
Yeah.
Love and Gunplay.
You know what? But he's so high. I see where he going, but he high. This is what you can tell. It ain't wrong with this shit. We all scuff.
Yeah.
But me, it's like repetition. It's like muscle memory for me.
Facts. All right, what you want? You want anything you want to promote? Talk about before we get into some current events here. Let's talk about the book fair. Talk about the book fair. So what's going on there? Who's throwing the event? Who's hosting the event?
The Brooklyn Book Fair has been going on for some years.
Oh, it's the Brooklyn Book Fair. So it's a few books,
right? Yeah, different publishers.
It's gonna be outside.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm doing a thriller panel on what makes a murder in the book. So I'm on that panel. I'm on that panel. So what is you talking about? What are good elements for suspense,
right?
And a story,
right?
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Still talking about Dwight. Yeah, that's why I'm like, we over here having a thought-provoking conversation. You're talking about your means in them. I know you cooking. That's what I'm saying.
With the Jets green on. Yeah. Facts.
On the currents.
Nah, not yet. We talk about the Brooklyn Book Fair.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Book Fair. So I'll be tomorrow. Downtown Brooklyn. You see all the tents and all the shit out right there. I'll be in what is that? I gotta look and see exactly which building I'll be in. I'll post it later, but we're doing like a panel discussion on just what makes a good thriller, and then I'll be signing copies of False Idols right after that.
Okay. What's up? Anything else you got going on?
He just told about the 4 books he got out this year. That. So yeah, man, we about to get into some current events, bro.
Okay, yeah, we do that.
We see. I remember. We can go back to Love and Gunplay. I remember when Love and Gunplay came out.
Oh yeah,
niggas did the soundtrack and all that.
Niggas did the soundtrack. He was still talking about that. Cause remember, I was mailing CDs.
He was short story.
Yeah,
right. And what year was that? That was like 2012, 13.
When did Love and Gunplay come out?
I feel like it was around that time, bro. 12, 13.
I'm almost certain it came out before Animal. But the film that we did, you talking about the short film, then I think that was like like
the soundtrack.
Oh, the sound.
Everything, the whole thing, the book when it came out. Period.
The sound came out right after that.
It's better that way. It was. He says I was I
got 2 on, bro.
Mailing if you was really fucking with them CDs.
Right, hell yeah, that was that time, that CD time. Damn, you right. That might have been like 08.
Yeah, that was a minute ago. Remember the other shit? And then we had we had the leak too. Remember the leak?
Yeah.
Niggas had the soundtrack for the leak. That was hard. The soundtrack for the leak.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, soundtracks. That
what with his shit? Yup. Definitely did. All right, man. So we gonna get into some current events, shit that's going on. You know what I mean? Get your opinion. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go from the top. All right, so Boosie got a gay daughter?
Yeah, he's kind of like saying that he doesn't he doesn't disagree. Like, she's like, yo, she do what she do, but she's not doing none of that stuff in my house or whatever the case may be. I was raised Baptist, South, shit like that. And he did this publicly on some show. So now, people in the crowd is like, oh, because he said something about
He said it publicly.
He said, yeah, publicly. He said, I don't want her and her girlfriend or whoever to infect my other kids.
Hold up,
you know how Boosie is.
Contaminate?
No, it was infect, but it's contaminate.
This is my cue.
Chill. Crazy, man. Like a nigga like me, I embrace people. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Love what you love, like what you like.
I know,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Boosie say anything, so it don't like Boosie. Like I don't really care what he said.
The niggas, son, niggas sit him out.